Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to the Winner's Circle. This is the Team Win Winner's Circle. We have a great interview lined up for you. I am so excited about this interview. I'm Lisa Griggs. I'm your host tonight. And I have the very honorable, I'm so excited, Joss, to introduce just Joss Boss, I guess, right? Jocelyn is an amazing, amazing woman. I got to meet her in Utah. And I want to tell everyone just how we met first, okay? Because it was very unique. And so I'm Lisa Griggs, and I was a diamond with Jeanette. And I have the whole story here in the US that Joss knows about, which is from going from welfare, single mom, no college education, no perishable skills, 3 children at home, just homeschooling my kids. Ended up on welfare, and within 5 years, I made my first $1 million within the industry in 1 calendar year. And my whole life changed. It was just amazing. My kids, everything, that it gave them. And then all the experiences. And I just love this industry so much. So I went up to Utah to take a look at this company that Joss is involved in. And I got to meet Joss, but I was sitting in the in the event listening in, and you kind of come over and you sit down next to me. And if anyone out there knows Joss, she's very demure. She has a lot of, they call it decorum. It's where your spirit is so quiet, you're so humble, you're not loud and living out loud like I am, just all this craziness. I always appreciate that scripture in the Bible where it talks about having a quiet spirit. I'm like, Mom, why do I not have a quiet spirit? But I just, your spirit is so calming and so beautiful. And she just comes up and she sits right next to me. Now, mind you, everyone, at this point, I do not know who this woman is, other than that she's just this gorgeous, beautiful, tall, blonde, just, so gorgeous. And, just dressed like a fashionista. And I love fashion. So she comes in, she sits next to me, and we start to talk. And she says, I really haven't got to know you yet. I haven't really got to meet you. And we start talking. And then I go, oh, so tell me about yourself. Have you been in direct selling before? We start talking about network marketing. And all of a sudden, she drops a bomb on me. Okay. Oh, yes. I was a double diamond, whatever, at my former company. And I'm like, what? I wasn't even expecting it, because I always think, Joss, everybody that's, speaking on stage is just crazy wild out there, right? And I just was so blown away. I don't know if you remember that conversation on how blown away I was. And I just thought, I cannot wait to interview you. And, at that time I wasn't in the company yet. And, I was just looking at things, and, we had a great time that weekend. It was actually your birthday. I extended my trip. We went out your birthday night, and I just felt such a connection with you. And I just love you so much. And I know we've been trying to do this interview and it hadn't happened yet, but we're here now. And I can't wait to get this information out. So please, I want you to just tell everybody here about just your journey in this industry, because obviously you are a single mom, you have children, which I love, you do this business from home, all the things that I love about this industry, you're also doing, and you're having great success. So I think if you could just let everybody know how you even got involved in this industry, who are you, where are you from, just tell us about yourself.
Yeah, thank you so much, Lisa, for inviting me on this. I totally remember that, and it was so cute because you were like, "Oh, you're just nonchalant." Like I was double diamond, and I know I don't like to just be braggy and anything like that. That's just not my style. You see me on social media, and God is amazing. He humbles me every single day. And I always ask for that, is keep me humble, keep me humble. Um, but I am Jocelyn Larroque. I live in Austin, Texas currently. I'm originally from California. I was introduced to the industry actually in 2012, and it took me 3 years to actually grasp it. I turned my head to it. One of my friends, she was trying to get me involved in a company that she was doing. And I totally just was, young 20s. I thought it was a scam, a pyramid scheme or whatever. And I was like, no, this is weird. I literally watched my friend become a millionaire. Like it was crazy. Yeah. I don't even think you know the whole story. Yeah. 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 So, 2015, I reached out to that friend because my daughter Primrose was born, and I'm a single mom. I have two kids. My son is 15, my daughter's 9 now. But in 2015, I did not want to go back to work. Just a little bit about me. I mean, and I'm very transparent about, some of the things that I've been through. But between my son and my daughter, I had several miscarriages. So I was very, very attached to my little baby, and I did not want to go back to work. And so I reached out to that friend and I was like, I'm going to suck at this. I have no idea what I'm doing. I only have 11 Instagram followers. And um, I signed up to be, one of her distributors and everything. And that was my first experience in the direct sales space. And I did not become a millionaire like her, actually, because honestly, the timing, I turned my head to it when it was first originally introduced to me. And it was a big learning experience for me. I did make a lot of money in that company, and it did send, it gave my kids amazing holidays and experiences and travels and everything. And I was making much more than what I would have been making if I was, a full-time job. Like I don't have a college degree at all. But yeah, I just that's kind of like my first experience. I left that, so I was there for 3 years. And but what started to happen with with that first run was we didn't have any leadership really set in place, and she was already kind of retired at that point. And it was just very hard on me to like keep up with it without like that set leadership where we have now in this company. And also just the products were so competitive, and they had just similar things that we can get as a corner store, honestly, or Walgreens or whatever, protein shakes and vitamins, gummy vitamins, all of that. And so I took a traditional job in 2019. And it was very hard to go from, being my own boss and then taking a pay cut and then working for other people and then, being away from my kids and everything. And it was very challenging, but it was kind of crazy because COVID happened and it was like a blessing in disguise how everything just like unfolded. I'm a talker, so just tell me if you want me to stop and then we can go. Yeah. um, yeah. And so, um, let's see. So in 2021, I was on unemployment, January 2021. It was running dry. And I was very worried about what I was going to do next. I was going through a breakup at that time. And so I was just very depressed and low. And I was really kind of at that rock bottom point in my life. And I surrendered to God for the first time, and it was in January 2021. And I'll never forget what he did for me and just everything that unfolded since then. That's why I know that, where we're at now is exactly where I'm supposed to be. And it's like unshakable, like I just know it. But I was, surrendering to God for the first time. I asked him to please tell me what I'm supposed to do next, show me what I'm supposed to do next, send something my way. And then I also asked him to just also show me the bad times from that relationship so I could just like heal and move forward. And the next day it was a supernatural experience. Like I didn't have to call my best friend. I felt hopeful. I felt like I could do things. I could get out of bed. I was eating, I was like just feeling different. And then since then, it's just been an unfolding. But I enrolled myself to go back to school. This was in January 2021. I had a plan, I thought, I went to the doctor because when I was sorry, someone just texted me. You're gonna have to cut that out. Uh Distracting. Um, so as I've gotten older, I have noticed that my concentration and focus and memory was getting worse. And so I used to read and I'd be like, what in the world did I just read? I would have to like read things over and over and over again to like really retain it. And so the timing of all of this is why I'm explaining it all, because like, you know, it just unfolded so amazingly. But I went to the doctor. I told the doctor I'm about to start school. I need to get on some type of medication. I need to be able to like, focus and pass these classes and the whole thing. And I almost started taking an ADHD medicine. And then I had another doctor's appointment because when I turned 33, I started getting night sweats. And it was not normal night sweats. Yeah, I was like sweating through shirts. I would have to have towels underneath me. It was very severe. Like it was very weird. And so the doctors ran a bunch of tests and the results came back and they said everything was within normal range.
Wow.
And
Couldn't
yeah,
figure out the
yeah,
they
they
couldn't
were literally like everything's within normal range.
wow.
Looking back on the test, I was high and low, but still within the normal range on
Oh,
like estrogen and progesterone and stuff, but they would not do anything for me.
wow.
And I was very frustrated because I was not sleeping well, and it was really hard. And so the timing, it was just really crazy because I almost reached out to a natural doctor in Austin. And I kid you not, Lisa, Jordan texted me like that day that I was like looking at natural doctors to reach out to help me with this issue. And he was like wanting to talk to me about, this new company. And at first I cringed a little bit, I was like, oh,
I know that.
another one of these. And backing up a little bit, like I love this industry, but it was very, very hard on that first go for me because I was like alone. I was like doing it all and carrying everything. And I didn't want to have that experience again. And um, anyway, so I'm so glad that I listened to him though. Like I had this pull, and I was like, I have to hear him out. And I remembered my prayer too. And I was like, maybe God is, sending this to me, or maybe this is it, like I had, and then I also the FOMO, I didn't want to have the first experience again where like, I could have reached the point where my friend did in 2012, and it was a new company and all the whole thing. So anyways, I get on the phone with Jordan. He tells me what this is. I jumped on it right away. I mean, and Lisa, I was like about to run out of unemployment. I was using credit cards for everything. Um, since then I have paid off like so much debt in my credit cards. Like it's been amazing what this company has done for me. But yeah, I put it on my credit card. I had 10 minutes of panic and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm really doing this. I'm doing this." And I was like, I'm going back to school, Jordan. Like, I can't do this full time. I have a plan, and it wasn't God's plan, I guess. So apparently, so here we are. But yeah, the last 3 years have been absolutely amazing. And the company, I mean, I've gone on 4 incentive trips now that I earned to beautiful places. Cancun was the first one. Got to bring a plus one for free. The flights, the amazing luxurious hotels. Then we went to Maui, Hawaii, then Costa Rica, and I literally just got back from Jamaica like a week and a half ago, I think. Yeah. So it's been awesome. But the Somaderm, am I allowed to say what it is?
Yes, of course.
Okay, okay,
Yes.
okay.
This is your interview. Like, this isn't my interview. Like, this is your interview.
Oh my gosh.
You
I'm so,
I do want to
yeah,
say this, I
yeah,
can totally relate to like what you're saying as far as with that like initial call, and just the divine timing, because as women of faith, and we're both women of faith, my backstory is obviously, I was in the ministry for 20 years full time, making, basically made my living from the ministry. Like I was a pastor's wife, I was an evangelist, different things like that, and then fell away, from my calling to God, and went down a very dark path. And it's fun, it's awesome to hear your story and the text and all that, because I have similar, kind of thing. I receive a text from Jordan and I'm like, who, Jordan, who? Like, I don't even have this guy in my phone. Like, I'm not doing network marketing again. Like, there's no way. I'm retired from the industry. Like, I love the industry like you do, but at the same time, I hate the industry because of all the things that it's, now kind of there's just a lot of repair, that's needed in our industry. And also too, if I ever did it again, I'm like how you said, I don't want to do it alone. Like I want it to be, have a very awesome running partner, have a very good team to join myself to, like a beautiful collective. And I definitely saw that, in Utah. I saw the enthusiasm, the excitement, the family that Team Win offers, which you are such a big part of. And I love like just how focused you are, how relentless you are, how determined you are. And I mostly love that you treat this business like a business. And, or as some people would say, even like a job, because you show up every day, you manage yourself, you're accountable to yourself, and also too, you're accountable to your children to some degree, because you know that you need this to succeed for your family. And so I just see that as such a blessing. Tell us a little bit about the Somaderm. I love this product. Okay, I absolutely love this product. We've been talking about it all day today. And so maybe you can talk about like when the whole call came with Jordan, and then obviously you had awesome success right out of the get-go, and you were just all into Win. What was it about this product that changed your life? What do you love about this?
yeah.
I know, like, you light up when you talk about it. It's like, can we talk about someone? Yes, this is a secret right now in the U.S. market, And there's people
Yeah.
trying to copy it, but nobody's been able to do it successfully. Everything out there is apparently is garbage, and I believe first in wins. So tell us about Somaderm.
Yeah, so Salmaderm is why I went all in, to be honest. I mean, this was early on, kind of even still with the company. The company's been around for only 6 years. So that, and then also just the support from Jordan and Joe and corporate, and just I had so much support. That's why I felt like, okay, I can go all in here. Like I said, I was supposed to start school. So the fact that Somaderm has zero competition in the entire international marketplace. Like there's literally not one company, even a doctor like that has it. So I mean it's just very unique in that sense. And so I was like thinking before Jordan approached me, I was like, if I ever get back into the industry, like if God's gonna answer my prayer and bring me back to the industry, it has to be with a company that has zero competition, like stands alone, like debt free. I mean, I had like a list of things that I was wanting. And the first, I don't like to say like the first day I had an experience on it, but I did, because people are skeptical. Like it's natural to be skeptical. But I did. I was driving to a hair appointment, and it was about an hour after I had applied it, and I just felt very elevated. I was listening to a YouTube video on Somaderm. And like I said, I was like very I was struggling with focus issues. I wasn't remembering things. And that day, as I was listening to a YouTube video on the Somaderm, I was so focused. I was stuck in traffic and I was like doing talk to text in my notes on my phone. And I was like, who is this Joss? I was like, what is going on? You know, so I was able to retain what I was hearing. And I was on the first time of listening to it, that was a big deal for me. So, I mean, I had an experience within my first hour after applying it. Yeah, I was very focused. And so, but, and I can tell you more about what I've experienced on the Somaderm, but just kind of like touch on what it all is. I like to explain and educate what the human growth hormone is first, you know, because that's how everyone's going to be able to see the value of what this product is. So, you know, the human growth hormone is the master hormone. It gets produced from our pituitary gland in our brain. When we're younger, we have a great amount being produced. It's the one that helps our metabolism. So that's why we are so dang skinny and our kids are so lean, you know, and muscular when they're little. But as we age and we reach our later 20s, even it's happening even sooner, Lisa, because of the environment and the food that we eat, and our endocrine system is so disrupted now. But as we age and we get older, the production of the human growth hormone, it starts to decrease. So being the master hormone, I like to say it like as says it, you know, it's like a conductor of a symphony, you know, it's the key player. And we have all of these other hormones, like 50 plus hormones, are always discovering more. And we need that master hormone to support the endocrine system and get all of these other hormones aligned and functioning right so they can play their roles too in our body. But anyway, so as we age, you know, we're stopped producing it. And that's why we start to age. It's literally why we start aging. Like it's why like it's so funny because like you know the movie Death Becomes Her? It's like an old 90s movie with do you remember like the ladies drink the
Oh,
potion? No? Oh my gosh.
because I do not want to age. I always want to be the young and hot one in the relationship. So I don't want to age at all.
Yeah. Anyways, that's like Somaderm's like my potion, I feel like. It's done so much for me. But yeah, so it's microdosed with the human growth hormone. It's made from natural amino acids, not taken from a human, but they've been able to, I mean, Alexi's a genius, be able to make it bioidentical to the body. And it's made with natural amino acids, 191. It's got herbs, botanicals added to it, adrenal and thyroid support. And so all of those ingredients, they just synergistically work together to not only, you know, wake the pituitary gland up again and have it start actually naturally producing on its own, but it's giving us that microdose that works on a cellular level and a very therapeutic level in the body to do a multitude of things. So yeah.
I love this product so much. When I was in Utah,
Mhm.
thank you so much for all of that. When I was in Utah, Joe was like, come over here and put it, you know, put it on. And I just want to show everybody, just because we're talking about it now, because I want you to talk about the delivery system, is I love that it's not a pill. You know, it's not a powder. It's not like, you know, what you were saying, the protein shakes, the pills, the, you know, all the stuff that's already out there. But the delivery system is transdermal. So you just put it, you know, a pump. I only use one pump. Maybe you could talk about how much you use. I use one pump and I just, you know, put it in a little bit and then that's it. And I just let it go. And maybe you could talk about the delivery system, because I love that the delivery system is transdermal, because obviously that's why, you know, women like you and I are getting such quick results, because I slept amazing the first night I used it. And I hear that over and over and over again. And then after that, it was like I was telling John today, I felt like I was having an outer body experience the first week I was using this stuff. And now I can't live without it. I mean, it's like
Oh
I
yeah, I know.
it.
Mhm.
So can you tell us about
Yeah.
delivery system, maybe just since we're talking about Somaderm?
Yeah, it's so wild though how like you feel like you're seeing life through like a different lens. I mean, my mental health started improving like so much within even with my first month on it. I my night sweats went away my first month. So how crazy is that? Like the story. Like that's why I'm like I have to tell
Oh,
my
that's
story because
awesome.
I know. And but yeah, so I was held up on the fact that it was transdermal. I'm not a medical professional. I had no idea how in the world this would work. And so I did my research on that because I was like I want to be able to feel comfortable and confident about that. But it so the skin is the largest organ on our body. It
Right.
doesn't have to go through a digestive process, you know, whereas when you take something orally, the way that our body breaks it down, our digestive system, the acids and everything, a lot of the things that we're taking, like vitamins and all of that, we have to make sure they're like really good quality and high absorption rate. And a lot of them are not, but it's filtered out. It's like wasteful. So I love the fact that this is transdermal because it literally just absorbs right into the skin and goes into the bloodstream. And when I was doing my research, I found that obviously injections are injecting anything in your body is the quickest way to get something into your bloodstream. And I was so surprised and actually just like it made my belief for Somaderm even stronger when I found that the second most effective way to get something in your body is actually by transdermal if it's formulated that way. It's not taking it orally. Yeah. So I was like, wow, that's amazing. Um, but yeah, so that's
Awesome. Yeah, I feel like the transdermal piece of this is so huge because I was so grateful that it wasn't another pill or another powder or another shake or another. It's just it seems cumbersome, like to do all the shake and all the stuff. It's like this is just pump and then that's it and you're done. And I just it was such a blessing. Like I've shared it with my entire family, my friends, my just everyone and anyone that I can because there's nothing to lose. You get the company is so they believe so strongly in this product that it's going to actually get people results that they do a money back guarantee for up to 60 days. And I don't know any other company that's doing that. No company
yeah.
that so like you could use it all the way up to 59 days and be like, oh, it didn't work for me, and you get your money back if you need to. But it does work. It's super effective. I actually was with a pharmacist yesterday, and you wanted to ask me about this, so I might as well talk about it. And I was in the Rite Aid, and the woman next to me says, "Oh, what business are you in?" And I said, "Oh, I'm in the anti-aging business because I don't want to get old." And she goes, "I don't want to get old either." I said, "I'm looking for some women that I can put some stuff on their face and get rid of all the wrinkles. And she goes, "Well, I'm here. I'll do it." And then as soon as I said I was in the anti-aging business, I'm talking about wrinkles and I'm talking about hormones. The pharmacist overhears me speaking because remember I have that loud, voice that's carrying through Rite Aid. So she comes over and she says, were you talking about a product, uh, about a hormone product?" And I said, "Yes." And I had it in my purse because I carry a big, huge purse with me and put all my products in there. So I always have my product on me. I said, "Yeah, it's this product." And I start sharing it with her. She goes, "I've heard of this product." She goes, "But I heard about it from somebody in Germany." She goes, "I didn't even know they had it in the US." And I go, "Oh, yeah, we have it in the US." I said, "The market is wide open." We start exchanging phone numbers. And I gave her my bottle because she's a pharmacist and she wants to try it. I said, "Here's my bottle right now," and I only live two doors over from the pharmacist anyway. And we exchanged numbers. She's from Iran, and I just thought it was so awesome because she just lit up. She was like, "This is incredible! Like this is over the
Oh
counter
yeah.
class 3 drug." She was saying over the counter in microdosing transdermal. This is a pharmacist that was so excited about this product, Jocelyn. I was like, "Oh my gosh." So, I just, that was the story basically in a nutshell. And we're gonna get together this week, and I'm sure she's gonna be promoting this, to her family and friends, because she was so determined. Like, we have to meet, outside of me, outside of the pharmacy, basically, because she was working, and I need to respect that. But she was so excited about, about this product. And I thought, wow, if a pharmacist is excited about this, there's something here. And
Oh yeah, Lisa.
yeah,
Yeah, that's amazing.
yeah,
That is amazing. I love that so much, and I'm not surprised.
yeah,
Just because I know that you are newer here, but I
yes,
mean, this
yeah.
team is filled with doctors. We have a pharmacist, actually, dermatologist, the natural doctors, and acupuncturists. I mean, chiropractors, huge with chiropractors. So nurses, tons of nurses, and I love that story so much because I have something kind of similar. So there was this 80-year-old retired nurse on my Facebook, and he found me from my posts and stuff. And he was like, I've been looking for something like this for like 30 plus years. And I'm like, no way. He's like, yes, I've read up on HGH my entire life. Like, he used to be a nurse. That was his career. And
Mm.
I just loved it so much because he jumped right in. I mean, it was like the easiest sale. It was like he was just like on my site ordering and everything. And I love that so much. And you know what? That's another thing that I love about NewULife is like, and this is an entirely different experience from my first company, is the fact that it attracts professionals and people in very good careers. I mean, in the health field. And I mean, they just get it. They understand it. They understand it being transdermal. It's just really awesome. It's a totally different experience. My first experience, it was just, a lot of single moms that were joining me, and we had protein shakes and things like that. So it's just so I love it here. It's
That's so
definitely home.
awesome. I know. I love it too. And I am
Yeah.
like the newer kid on the block. And, but the team and all of you leaders, I mean, have just been so amazing to me. And I love the new collective with like the more mature OGs, coming together. It's just, because again, we're women of faith, it's so beautiful to see that collective coming together. Because obviously, like, even through the business, I gave my heart back to Christ, and then I began to see how God started to move, very similar to you. Like, everything was lining up, and I was seeing that he was the one driving the bus in this whole business. And now I'm like, sometimes, and I don't know if maybe you can relate to this, but just having success in network marketing, both of us, and reaching the top levels of like previous companies, it's like we're both really good at this. And we know that this is a very viable vehicle for work from home women in business, right? Moms that are in business that want to work from home. And I think that I was so resistant to that, in the beginning, of just wanting to go back in this industry because of the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? Of everything that I've seen, like you've seen, but then realizing this is what I'm good at, and not only am I
Mhm.
good at it, I love people. And I think also too, and maybe, you could speak to this or relate to this, like, I think there's a lot of bad talk about our industry. I know you got some texts the other day, and I was kind of thinking about that today. Like, sometimes people caca poo poo, on our industry, and they just like they don't understand it. They don't really understand what we do. They don't, they just don't get it, and they think like that what we can do what we do off of the backs of other people, and it's so not true. It is so not true, because this business is only done if you help other people. Because if you don't help other people, you are not going to be successful in this business. And I think because we want to help people so bad, you and I, like, we want people genuinely to have success in their life and be significant. And that's why you talk about your faith a lot. I pray with a lot of people too. Like, I want people to do well. I want women to do well. I want them to know they can succeed at this. And it's such a falsity to think that there's anything crazy going on here that we're not helping other people, you know? So I don't know, maybe you can,
Yeah, yeah.
do you do you feel like does that ever deter you when you get like people saying that industry is a pyramid scheme or that's a scam or I don't really hear that anymore, but what are you
Yeah. It's so funny because the whole pyramid scheme, I really don't, oh, sorry, I have an alarm going off. I don't hear it often anymore. Like it used to be like a thing, like a big thing. But like honestly, like a lot of people are like moving into wanting to work on their phone and like promote things on social media. It's like what people do. I mean, all these people in reality shows, they're like promoting like all of these different products, and with their code, like use code Jocelyn or whatever. Like, and so it's like not out of the norm anymore. It's like actually like a really good gig. But I was tearing up when you were talking because I prayed for you. Like, I didn't know I prayed like I didn't know that it was going to be you, but I mean, I pray all the time to, have God bring us the right people here. And like I prayed you in and in a way. And it's just really beautiful that you're here. I'm so grateful for it. And I'm just excited to help all of us rise and all of these new people coming in and helping other single moms and single dads and whoever, students, everyone. But yeah, so it used to really bother me when people would be negative and whatever, but it's like a muscle in a way where it's like you push through it all, like you're building resilience. And I mean, this, it's a saying in this industry, it's like personal development with a compensation plan. And honestly, like I have such extreme gratitude at this point in my life, like at being 37 now versus being 28 or 29 when I started in the industry. It's the reason why I am the woman I am now. Literally, it's the reason why I have the faith that I have now too, and just everything, because it builds you, and it builds your character and your integrity. You cannot succeed in this business model if you are not authentic. Like it's just not going to be long term. Like, so I mean, there's just a lot of I am forever grateful for everything that it's taught me. So I have nothing negative to say about it. It's like it's work, just like any work. Like, but I get to do it literally on my phone. Like I love that. I could be anywhere. I can go travel whenever I want, which I do. um,
that?
like since yeah, I mean, I never thought in my life that, and I brought my kids to Hawaii too. Like they were one of my plus ones. So yeah, and I since being in this company, I have been able to go visit my mom multiple times, build that relationship. Like she lives in Florida. It actually aligns whenever we have events in Florida. I got to go to Italy. I never thought I would go to Italy. Like, what the heck? I was in Italy for 2 weeks, traveling around to multiple places in Italy last summer. That like old me many years ago, I had such limited belief, and I was raised, not um to dream, kind of, like you get a job and you do this. And I wasn't even taught to go to college, so it's like I never thought I would be able to go to Italy. I went to um yeah, Hawaii. Like I never thought I would go to Hawaii. Hawaii is so expensive. Their milk jugs are like $10. Like it's insane. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I
um
lived on Maui for 10 years. That's where my daughter was born on
yeah.
Maui. Yes, yeah. So it's very, very costly, but very beautiful place. But yeah. So
And most importantly, just having the availability and flexibility to be a mom. My son has 2 jobs now. He needs rides to his job. Like, it's given my kids the life that they need to succeed later on as they're growing, you know, like they need a parent around. And it's so sad because these all of these parents, you know, in the working world, like it's like they're always gone. Like their kids don't get to go, and a lot of kids are not in activities. You know, that builds so much character for a child and like confidence and everything. So my son's been in jujitsu, flag football, hockey. My daughter's in gymnastics. She's starting lyrical dance on Monday, tomorrow. Um, I mean, it's just beautiful. I have nothing negative to say, like at all about this industry at this point in my life, to be honest. Like, yeah,
Me neither. I think we're, I think the other day, like I had said to you, I'm finally at home, and I always thought, like with my former company that I was at for since 2011, I always thought I would die with my boots on there. And the company got sold a couple of times, over the last couple of years. The compensation plan has changed a couple of times over the last couple of years, and it's just lost its I don't know, it's lost its appeal for a lot of people. And so many people left and all of that. And then just being retired from the industry kind of set my lifestyle up to where it's like my residual income is enough, to keep me going. But quite frankly, just dying on the vine. And so I'm so glad that I'm here. And thank you for praying for me. Um, and I'm excited to make such a big impact, with you and with Jordan and this team. And just it's been so amazing. Like I honestly feel like a directive, from God in my spirit to be here. And I'm just gonna just go with that. And I don't have to like hide anymore. Like I can just let it out, like you said, and just be authentic to like who I am and what my purpose is here. So it's exciting. Super, super.
yeah.
I
I
can't,
have chills. I have
I
chills
can't
when you
wait
were
to
talking just now. Yeah, and
just
that's just like
cannot wait
so.
to see you in Austin. I think we should like talk about Austin and what's going on there because you're there. You have a great team in Austin. Obviously, I'm working to get a good team in Texas. This is a big push for us. We want to connect with women that are in Texas. We have an event going on, so maybe Joss, you could talk about the event that's going on so that we can meet some beautiful women that want to join us, in building a business from home.
Yeah, so I'm so excited. And when I found out that you were coming, I was just like, I was like, oh my gosh, I was freaking out. Alma was like telling me that you were coming, and I'm like, oh, thank you so much, because you are amazing, Lisa. And yeah, like really, I'm so grateful that you're here. But okay, so on the second and third, we have two events that are going to be available for anyone. Come, like,
Yes.
please, it's going to be so much fun. Like, we are not,
This
yeah, it's not like a stuffy, businessy, stuffy meeting kind of thing. Like, we literally have so much fun. And that's what I also love about our team is the culture. It's just like my family. Everyone's like brothers and sisters to me. Yeah, so we are gonna just have a great time. It really is. It's gonna be a great time together. And giving other people the opportunity to try our products, like we have sampling. Gosh, they've came out with the lift and the hydrate, which is literally like it takes your wrinkles away, like it's insane. Like I put it on my hand, Lisa, and I was just like all day long. I had one hand. This is before, yeah, this was before it was released. Okay. I went to Utah and I was doing recordings in their studio back in December. And Ellie gave me some of the lift before. He was like, you cannot say anything to anyone. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna put it on my hand. I was like, all day long, I was walking around and I had one hand that was like super smooth, no wrinkles at all. And the
God.
other hand was just like all wrinkly because
Oh,
I mean,
so
whatever. The wrinkles are starting to happen.
I love
But Yeah.
I love it.
So I'm so excited about that product. And just all of our other things, it's just great. And what I love so much is like these products, like they work pretty fast. Like, I mean, even like with the Tri MLT, I started like, yeah, within, okay, like 2 days, I was like, what? Yeah, well, what in the world? I was like, what is this? Because when they sent, so I was a product tester on it.
I love it.
And now we're just talking way too long. But anyways, I
Okay.
was a product tester
I
on
love
it.
it.
And like they sent me boxes with like, I didn't even know that I was gonna be a product tester. I guess like I was on vacation. Okay. And I didn't they NewULife contacted me through Instagram even because I
Oh.
was in Florida visiting family and everything. Anyways, I come home and I have boxes of this Triamol tea. I'm like, what is this? So that's how I figured it out. But anyways, they're like, we want you to be a product tester. We're gonna have you do testimony on it. And it was so perfect for me because so every month, like right before my period, I used to get anxiety. Like I would just get like really down feeling and like have anxiety. I mean, the Somaderm had like massively helped me with that, but I still would have it, like I would still have it for about, I mean, sometimes even like a week of that, and just feeling down and just very tired and lethargic. And I was entering my PMS week, and it was like another God thing, this tri-MLT, like, oh, on my front porch, and I started using it. And I was feeling the effects of my PMS symptoms, like before I started using it, right? So I was like feeling icky. And within 2 days, I mean, this is like right before I'm supposed to start my period, I was like so happy. I was like, I've never felt this way before, like right before my period, ever in my entire life.
Oh.
Like since I started my period, I would always have that depression and just the
Uh,
low and tiredness and everything.
yeah.
And almost like insecurities, just
Yeah.
like skin crawling, weird feeling. Um, the triangle tea is amazing. I'm like, what is this? And so I was so concentrated on feeling so good, like mentally, like and like physically, like before my period, that I didn't know that I was like losing weight on it. I'm like, oh, it's a weight loss product. Like it's also a mental health product. But I went in the studio and they were like, holy cow, Joss. I dropped like 20 pounds on that stuff. Like it was so wild. Yeah. Within just like I know that sounds extreme, but maybe it wasn't 20 exactly because, I was so focused on how I was feeling mentally that I didn't even weigh myself. But I mean, the picture side by side, it's just like the body fat loss. I was just like, I was blown away, and everyone else was blown away. I was like, I didn't change anything. I was like, you guys, I actually am probably going to give the worst testimony ever for the weight loss portion because I didn't track anything, but the pictures show it. And I mean, people were shocked. I was just so excited for my mental health benefits, but
Yeah.
anyways, I could talk about all of it
This is
forever.
this is my favorite product. I love it so much because
It's my favorite. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
the same thing kind of happened to me. It's like I was taking the Somaderm and then I had Tri-MLT here, so I was like, oh well, let me just start taking it. And as soon as I did, it was like it was putting my body into a ketosis. So it was like it was just shedding it was like fat burning. And I even took it to my friend. He owns 10 weight loss clinics in Southern California. And he was like, this product needs to be in every single weight loss clinic in the United States. Okay, for sure, because it's a clean product. It's completely organic, and it actually does what it's supposed to, which is put your body in ketosis, so it burns fat. It also, Ioli was telling me that one of the things that I also noticed on it is it like does something to my mental state, like to where I'm not just eating because I just like my hormones are going, you want to eat, like you want to eat. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not hungry. I'm eating. Before Tri-MLT, I was eating when I wasn't hungry because my brain is
Mm-hmm.
just like, eat, right? But my body wasn't hungry. So that's what I noticed too is like, oh my gosh, I'm eating less because my hormones are balanced with this in my own brain. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Like that product is a definite game changer for sure. Anyway,
It's legit for real. Yeah.
yeah.
And the reason why you're mentally feeling feeling better too is because it keys in on those three hormones that are super important for like the PYY hormone. No one really knows about the PYY hormone because no other company has a product that targets the PYY hormone. That's why no one knows what it is.
That's
But
right.
that is the hormone that helps with mental cognition, menstrual regulation, which explains why my PMS symptoms went away. And it's the one that helps with taking brown fat to white fat and then using that fat as energy. So it's amazing. And then
Yeah.
the other hormones are, helping with feeling satisfied, feeling full longer. And that's why you're also, and then the hunger hormone in our brain, which helps us choose better options. Like you
Yeah.
have self control on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say that again. Every single weight loss clinic in the US needs to have this product. Anybody that's trying to lose weight needs to be on this product. It is absolutely the best product, 100%. I love that you talked about the hormones, because you're right. There's no other product on the market that's targeting
Yeah.
that except for TriMLT. The other thing I like about it is it's just a shot sachet. Again, no pills, no powders, no shakes, just one a day. That's all I do.
Yeah.
You know,
And so many women out there are suffering with like PMDD symptoms. It's the severe PMS, and it's like a thing. It's a real thing. It's because our hormones are so freaking screwed up right now.
yeah.
And it's really sad. I mean, I know many people, many women that are struggling with PMS symptoms. And I'm like, everyone needs to be on this TriMLT. It's amazing.
Yeah, I didn't
So
even know
yeah,
that it was good for that, and I'm 51. I have not went through menopause. Quite frankly, I never want to go through it. I always want to be on my cycle till I'm 100 years old. I want to be in the Guinness World Book of Records as the woman on her cycle for the longest time in the history of this planet. So you heard it here first.
well, it's so funny that you say that. Okay, like you might be, honestly, because I have had older women get on the gel and their like periods came back. Like they literally are like, can I have a baby right now? Do I need to worry?
Anyway, little known fact,
Yeah.
yes, that I would like to just be on it forever and ever and ever. And I have women that tell me all the time, Lisa, why do you talk like that? Why would you even want to have your cycle till you're 100 years old? It makes me feel like a woman. Like, it makes me feel, in my frame as a woman. And, it doesn't bother me, but also too, I didn't even notice that until you just said something. I really don't have like the moodiness, the cramping, any of the craziness since I've been on this TriMLT. I never even realized it,
Yeah.
and very regular and just, all things women. But I love that we're having this conversation because it is so important for women to understand they have options. There are resources. There is help for those that are suffering. And also, it's available over the counter. And, it's very cost effective. You can order it. It's in stock. I mean, these are all, you don't have to have a prescription for it. You don't have to see your doctor for it. This is a no-brainer to me as far as for women, because we have got to get our hormones. I mean, that is the key to hormone health for us as women. I mean, we have no balance in our lives if our hormones are out of balance. So once we bring our hormones in balance, it corrects everything in our body, our mental, our mood. I mean, I think that's the other thing that I like so much about Sormaderm. I talked about it with John. It's like 40 products in one product for the things
Oh
that
yeah.
for the body from the inside out.
Mhm.
And when I was selling skincare products, I mean, it's one product for the same price for just my face or just my hands. Whereas this product is one product in 40 products, right? working from the inside out, because when your hormones are balanced as a woman, it corrects everything. It corrects your hair, it corrects your nails, it corrects your skin. My neck looks better. I was talking to Gloria today. Veronica and I were talking about our necks as women in our 50s, and even noticing that our neck, our body composition is changing. She has an amazing testimony for women that are going through menopause. And
Mhm.
so I am so jazzed about this product. I think hormone health is all where it's at. I'm jazzed about TriMLT. Everything that Alexi makes, like you said, he's a genius. He's absolutely brilliant. He's been doing this forever. And he honestly wants people well. He wants them well, because health is wealth.
Mhm.
If we don't have our health, we have nothing. It matters no matter that you and I are diamonds, right? I mean, it matters not, or that we make millions of dollars if we don't have our own health and our own mental wellness. It's so,
Yeah,
so important. I am
I
so
know.
hoping women all across this world get this message. We get this message out to them about this, because it's so, so valuable for sure. So thank you so
Oh
much.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, Alexi is amazing. He's got a heart of gold. He's the most genuine business owner I've ever met in my life. He not only wants people well, but he wants people to also thrive in life financially. He's had offers for his product to be bought out, his company. Shark Tank wanted it. He will not do it. He will not sell out because he wants us, people like us, to be able to continue doing what we're doing and have the freedom, the flexibility. So I love this business model. I love our compensation plan. It is the best compensation plan I've seen. I honestly, Lisa, we could talk forever. Like
Yeah,
this
we
could be
really could.
hours and hours.
We could
Yeah.
talk till Jesus returns.
I know, right?
Now the light is coming in again. So, but
Okay.
I will say this with regard to that, and then we'll just wrap it up with this, is that, that is a beautiful thing, because when I did go to Utah, I had a lot of triggers. I had like major triggers with regard to getting back in this business. And Alexi, Joe, and Jordan were able to mitigate all of them. And I was very clear about, at the time, what I needed, the kind of support I needed, and who I am and how I'm going to show up if I'm going to get back in this industry. I was very serious about that. And I do love this industry too. Alexi's given us an opportunity to be the voice of this product, and we get paid to do that, versus him just putting it on a shelf in a retail store, versus him just putting it on TV, him just putting it in the digital space. This is a real opportunity for us as women to build a business from home, to do it with a product that there's nothing out there like it on the market, something that is for us, and that it's just so beautiful. I agree. The whole thing is just divine, divine, divine. So,
Mhm.
women of faith, if you're listening today, we want to hear from you. Jocelyn would love to hear from you on Instagram. Why don't you throw out your handles real quick so people know how to get in touch with you?
Yeah, yeah. So on Instagram, it's JossBoss15, and then Facebook is Jocelyn Larroque. So it's JocelynLarroque. So
Okay, and we'll make sure that we drop it in the links, in the comments and different things like that, so everyone knows how to find you, connect with you. Ladies, we want to see you in Austin. Okay, I'm going to be there representing. Jocelyn's going to be there representing. We want to give you a big hug. We want to bring you into this amazing collective, and we want to see you well. We want to see you looking beautiful, feeling fantastic from the inside out. And so we're looking forward to that. Don't forget, it's August the 3rd and the 4th. The August 3rd event is in Kyle, correct? And the
August 2nd, 3rd, 4th.
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
So
so
really that whole weekend.
okay,
Yeah.
that whole weekend, but the 2nd is Friday, correct? And that's
Yes.
the event in Kyle. And then we have the one in the 3rd that's in Austin. And then I don't know what we're doing on the 4th, but whatever we're doing, you want to be a part of all of it. So
Yeah.
we love you. Jocelyn, thank you so very much. I'm so excited we got to
Thank
do this.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you, God. Everything.
You're
Love you. Mwah.
I don't know. I'm always but anyway. anyway, he is with us. Okay, love you. Okay.
Love you.
Mwah.
Ciao.